Hello and welcome to AET 236 Building Service Systems. I am Dan Casper. I will be your main instructor throughout this course. I'm really excited to work with everyone, and I'm really excited about you learning more about this topic. It's relevant to everyone. I mean, we all live in buildings, right? Um, and of course, most of you are in either construction management or architecture, or possibly HVAC. All if you're dealing in the building industry for a career, you're going to be dealing with these systems because this class basically describes how buildings, how we make them work, and how we make them able to, people make them livable for people. So how you provide heating and cooling, and getting away wastewater, bringing in fresh water, all that sort of stuff. So it tells you how the buildings work. That's really the goal here. So I just want to go over a brief introduction. First of all, I want to introduce myself. Like you're going to be getting announcements and emails and so forth from me, and there's a real person here. And I'm happy to interact with you in person. I'm on various the campus, and we can always meet via Zoom. But I wanted to start out by introducing myself personally, and also just kind of show you around the course a little bit. So this is the home page. Really good tip: you can always get back to this page by clicking this button or this link up here. Excuse me. What I like about the homepage, I mean, we'll put in some miscellaneous stuff on here, maybe some announcements and so forth. But really, the assignments to me are really helpful because at any time, if you want to know what to do, I mean, you can go right to this homepage, click on it, and it actually lists all the assignments that are due, upcoming. And you can actually click, like if we want to go to the week 1 quiz, we can click right on this, and it'll take you right to the quiz, and you can get started on that. Okay, so that's really useful. Again, you click this top link up here anytime, anywhere you're on the course, and it'll take you back to the home page. All right, so let's kind of go over the basic organization. I'm not going to go over all the content. I'm sure you can do that. In fact, you will have to go over the content in the orientation lesson. Okay, so we have 6 tabs here on the left. This is your table of contents. I'm just going to kind of go through one by one and describe. And then getting started, this is your first week, just to kind of get you to make sure you understand, the textbook that you should purchase, the any software you need, any hardware you need, kind of an overview here. And so you'll go through all of these individual tabs in your orientation. Then we have this is really important, this syllabus, schedule, and policies. So especially the course policies, that you may end up looking at these, but certainly important to know where they are if you ever have a question. This describes the grading scale. I would say very importantly the late policies, so make sure you read those carefully. Basically all of our general course policies are there, and all the grading policies. So with the course schedule, there's a couple ways to access the course schedule. One, you can go back to the home page. This is the course schedule. It's an embedded Google Doc or a Google Sheet, and it just goes week by week, 1 through 16. And this actually provides more information because it gives you the actual required reading and videos and so forth. So that's all listed here. It kind of summarizes your topics here. You can see, just go from left to right. Then do you have a lab or activity? You have a lab pretty much every week, and then this is your if there's something due at like a quiz or other assignment that would be due, that would be listed here. Okay, so all assignments, just about all assignments, unless otherwise noted, are due on Thursdays. Here's a link to the syllabus. You can look over that. All right, so that's our schedule, syllabus, and policies. Of course, we can collapse all of these by clicking on that arrow. If you need to contact me or the lab instructor, the information's here. So this course is a little unique in that you have 2 instructors. I'm the primary content instructor, and then you have Dr. David LaFazia, who is the lab instructor. So I want to be really clear. We can help. We can both help with any of it, the content. But if you have a question about basically anything but a lab, I'm really your point of contact. And then any lab questions, you go to David, Dr. L, we can help each other out. I mean, I can certainly answer questions on labs, and he can answer questions on the content. It's really not a problem, but that's the general way this course is organized. I've taken the content side and the quizzes, and then he just does the labs. So I basically do everything else. Okay, so that's structure information. That gives you our office hours, how to contact us, and so forth. There's a little help tab here. So this is an asynchronous online course where we don't meet face-to-face. We don't have any face-to-face time unless you want to set up a meeting. So there is a discussion board here. You can pop questions in there, and I do suggest that you pay attention to that. And if you have a question on a lab or an assignment or whatever, jump on the discussion board and see maybe somebody else had already asked that question and got it answered. And then just how to send an email through D2L, which is much less intuitive than it should be, but this gives you the details how to send. So the main way, if you want to communicate with us, the best thing to do is send an email through D2L. There are other ways to do it. You can set up a Zoom meeting. There's in a pinch, you can send me a text or give me a phone call. But really sending an email through D2L, so not an email through your personal email, not a Gmail or whatever you use. Send it through D2L, and in that way it's a lot easier for us to see that it's an email coming from a class, from someone in the class, and it kind of, we get a lot of emails, so it's a little easier to know that that's an important email. We have the Learning Materials tab. So this tab is the one you will spend more time in than any other tab, because this will contain all of the course content aside from the book. Okay, so you can see here we have week 1 content. It's all here in the week 1. And this is all, we will add the content as the semester progresses. The content is going to be divided up into weeks. So week 1, week 2, week 3. We try to make it nice and easy for you to navigate. And then you have in each folder, each week, you'll have some content. This is all the these are all the things that I've organized, right? So all of this content, and then you'll have a lab folder, and that contains all the lab content. Okay, so we try to keep it as organized as possible. Everything's divided up into weeks, so as long as you know what week it is, you can find where we're at. And there's going to be regular content that's associated most likely with a quiz, and then you have lab content. Okay, and every week's going to be the same, so you'll get used to the organization. And everything again will be due on a Thursday, unless it's otherwise indicated. So quizzes, labs, homeworks, Thursday's the day. Okay, so remember that. So again, learning materials, this will have a lot of content that will be built out through the semester. Eventually we'll have 15 weeks of content. And then finally, just, this is sort of your miscellaneous tab, helpful resources. So student services, the Pulse app, which I do recommend installing on your smartphone. So this is integrated with D2L. You get notifications for emails and assignments are due and grades coming, grades that are graded and so forth. There's some tips on here that you want to look over, like how to upload homework. You're going to do most of your homework and labs are on hard copy, and you're going to need to scan and submit them through D2L, and this gives you a really good tutorial on how to do that. Okay, and that's it for this introduction. Hopefully you have a pretty good sense of how the course is organized, how it's going to be run, and have a little overview of the course as well. Again, I'm really excited for you to go through this content. I think it's really interesting, and I hope you enjoy it. And I wish you a good start to the semester, and I hope to meet a lot of you as the semester progresses.